Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are in the basement and today we are going to be working on, you can see behind me, this giant mess. Let me show you why we have a mess in the basement. So I took everything out of this cabinet. As you can see, I have all my tools packed up here and some over here. And one of the things that I've been realizing since I've gotten this whole part of the basement done and also put everything up there is that I truly do not like the system that I have, which is having all the cases on the top shelf here. And the reason that I do not like it is because every time I need a tool, I need to remove all the tools from the front to get the ones in the back and then bring it down here, unpack it, and then use it in whatever I'm doing on these sides. So what I have decided to do is take the tools out of the bags and start putting them on the walls. And I like the wall control system because, you know, I get to hang them like this. It's a metal wall, so I can use magnets to hang things like this Amazon Echo here and the paper towel holder without having to make holes. All you got to do is use magnets. But also, I don't want to put all the tools hanging out here. I want to use this wall here, this wall control system out here as tools that I use all the time. So basic tools like drills, screwdrivers, torque wrenches for when I use on cars, you know, clamps, knives for taping and all that other stuff, squares, all that stuff. I like to keep it out here. But then there's tools that I do not use all the time that I would like to keep inside of this cabinet. And that brings us to what we are going to be working on in this video. I am going to be putting wall control in this back wall. I bought it in black, as you can see here, right here. This is the black wall control, just so that it looks cosmetically clean against the black background in this black cabinet. And what I did was I found the middle and where the screw is gonna go for the bottom wall control. This is where the actual shelf that goes up here ends, because I don't want to go over it, so that I'm able to put a box all the way to the bottom and against the wall. So we are not going to be passing this. We're going to be about, you know, 3/8 of an inch below it. We're here. So yeah. And we're also going to be cutting a hole in the wall control so we're able to have this outlet on top of it. And we've done that a couple of times. So I won't go too much into detail. I'll leave a link to when I did it on this top right corner in other videos. But yeah, the goal is to get most of these tools that I use all the time out of their box, so I'm not always going into those top boxes to look for them and take them out. So first things first, let's grab this wall control and hang it in there. So the mess is officially gone. Like you can see, the bags are put away. Here and here is all empty, and down here is organized. And I also organized the wall control itself, and I put some tools on it. It needs some work, but let me show you how it looks. It came out great. By the way, I put this light here just so that the camera could focus on what's most important. Since everything's black, it's gonna be blurry and things are not gonna be in focus. So I took out the tools that I use the most, which is the little Sawzall, the little grinder, the big drill, and the oscillating multi-tool. And just so you guys have an idea, for me to get to the oscillating multi-tool when it wasn't on the wall, I would have to take out this bag, then take out that box, this bag, that box, and then open it up here to reach it. Now that it's not in there anymore and it's hanging on this wall, all I have to do is take it off and grab a battery and do the work that I need to get done. So that is the main reason why I decided to put the wall control inside of this cabinet. And some would say that I could just put it on this wall, but to be honest, I don't want to flood this outside wall with tools I don't use all the time. And also, this is not permanent because the metalworking tools like this 3-inch grinder from M12 and also this grinder, they're going to be hanging on that side of the wall, and I'm going to explain a little bit in the end of the video. But this wall control came out perfect. Just so you guys know, if your outlet is here like mine is and you have to cut a hole around it, I recommend that instead of putting it in the middle, you just push it over so you can have some meat on this side and you won't have any problems with that. I also drilled the hole off camera and screwed in there so that both sides could have, you know, some pressure and it's not floppy or anything. But yeah, this is the 32-inch by 16-inch vertical, and that's an 8-inch by 32-inch. I was gonna get two 32 inches just so that it could fill up a lot, but to be honest, we don't need to fill up anything down there. But yeah, this came out great. It's a great idea. I love it. The only negative is that it is very dark in here. So I am thinking about a future video of getting a M12 like plug-in where, like, you know, you could plug in, let me see if I can explain this right. You could plug in the M12 battery and it has 2 wires sticking out, and I'm planning to hook up those 2 wires to a under cabinet light LED, so you won't have to plug in the under cabinet light. You could just use the 12 amp battery to run the lights that are up there. It could have its own switch. That's for a future video, much more in the future, because in the next couple of videos we are going to be working on this area. And what are we going to be working on? A welding table. So this is going to be the legs for the welding table, and that's the welding table itself. This is not as wide as I want it to be, and this is a lot wider. For example, this is about 32 inches and the table itself is about 26 inches. So we are going to have to shorten this, and that means that I have to cut this and weld it. So the next video is going to be a heavy welding video. The next couple of videos is going to be heavy welding, and that's why I said that the grinding stuff is going to go on this wall, because I'm going to be making this a welding table where I'm able to practice welding. I also been bringing pieces of steel from work so I could practice weld and everything. It's going to have the vise. A friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, gave me this Lincoln Electric fume extractor, so while I'm doing the welding, I don't have to worry about the fumes in this room, because nobody wants to be welding and sucking in all those fumes and getting sick and possibly dying or whatever happens. So yeah, so that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something new, and if you did, you could show me by giving me a like. Any comments or questions, leave in the comments down below. And if you're interested in seeing this welding table go in and all the other work that I have going on, consider subscribing, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thanks.